prediction time, as always. As it stands with our new point format, thank you to Zach, one of our producers on the show. Laurence, after Austria, you remain at the top at 23 points. Nate, nice moves, got the most points on the weekend with 4. You moved to 16 points, stay in second.
Nice.
iTrail, bring up the rear end at 13 points. Let's go with Nate for your predictions for Silverstone.
Oh, I always hate being first because I like to see who
I know, but you haven't been around often as of late, and Laurence has had to do that. So it's finally your turn.
Very fair. I mean, I'm gonna stick with Max P1. I think Lewis at Silverstone is just different level. He finds something in himself. I'm gonna put him second, and then third, I think Perez. I think that Perez, he has to be finishing on the podium at this point. So yeah, those would be my 3. That might have been. I think I've always done. I've become very aware of. I'm doing a variation of that every week. Max first, Perez third, and then somebody slotting in the middle. But the Nate special hasn't worked yet. But maybe this week is the one.
You did pretty well last week, so we'll take it. Laurence, how do you feel?
Okay, I'm going to make the most of my lead and gamble a bit. So I'm going to go Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix on soil. Sergio Perez is second, and George Russell is third. So 2 Brits on the podium. And something happens to Max. I don't know what yet. Like we keep saying, can he win all the races this year? Probably not, because something's going to go wrong at some point. So I'm going to say it's here at Silverstone, but I don't know what. I'm just trying to make this interesting as well. Before Max fans.
I'm just trying to win. I'm just trying to win this thing now. So
that's how I started. That's how I started. Now I've got a lead.
Also, what an elitist mindset. I've got points to play with, so I'm just going to go out on the limb.
Casey, we can't let this stand. Come on,
no,
we got to reel this guy in. This is outrageous.
You were realistic with yours. I'll be realistic with mine. I'm going to go with Max, Charles, and then I'm going to go with Lewis in third.
Nice. A lot of love for Lewis this week.
I know. Is that just because we're a bit nostalgic and we want to see him do well at Silverstone? I feel like that's part of the reason.
He's won there, is it 7 times? Which is, I think if he wins there one more time, it's a record of any driver at a single circuit, the amount of times they've won. So, there's good reason to pick Lewis.
And I think as well, sometimes I'm skeptical when people say, at this circuit, the crowd lifts me. But Lewis is one of those rare talents where you actually know that is the case. He comes into a Silverstone weekend very fired up, and the whole place is always just so for him. So I think it's a good call. But I mean, maybe George will listen to this and be like, well, I want to be the Brit on the podium. I want to be the Brit in the Nate special sandwich. And he'll outdrive his teammate.
That's what they want. That's what they're all gonna want.
That's what they all want. Forget all this winning a race, whatever. They want to be second between the 2 Red Bulls. For that prediction.
Too good.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.